So in our previous video, we have seen how to validate these tabs individually using template driven form. Next we will see how to do the same using reactive form, and we will continue to create this form using reactive approach. Before that, let's quickly update this property card to change the font of this heading to align with our theme. It will also fix this problem of word wrapping when we select apartment in property type. Go to the CSS file of property card component and add a style to change the font of H1 that is containing under card body class, and set the color blue to match with our theme. Save it, and if we now select apartment, it doesn't wrap on next line, and also it is looking little better. Also add one more class to make price and area a little more prominent, and give it a class font highlight. Let's make it italic and give it a red color, and add this new class to both of these spans for price and built area. Looking better. So next, go back to our old property component and implement the reactive form. As you already know, most of the logics are derived at component level in reactive approach, and we create reactive forms programmatically in TypeScript file. Let's add this add property form of type form group here in add property component. Comment this view child as it is no longer needed now, and we will use form builder service to create this form. So inject form builder here in constructor as service. Add a function to create our form. I'm not going to explain each and every line here, as we already have covered how to create reactive form. If you are directly watching this video, I recommend you to watch the previous video by clicking this I link. So I just have added a few basic mandatory fields and set null as default for all of these controls. And let's call this method here in onInit method. Now we can bind our HTML template with this form. Let's remove this template variable from this form tag and bind it to the form group that we have created at component level, removing this ng model group and this template variable. I will come back on this tag later to show you that what directive we will have to use in reactive approach, and we have to remove this ng model. And in reactive approach, we use form control name to bind the different controls with reactive form. Let me quickly do it for all the fields we have added in our form group. So it's done, but I know it is going to throw an error. Let me show you the error. So this is the reason for this error. ng model cannot be used to register form control with a parent form group directive. And Angular is so nice that it gives us the solution as well here to fix most of the issues. It is suggesting to use form control name in place of ng model, but we cannot do that at the moment for all controls because we have not yet defined all controls in reactive form, and we also need this ng model for two-way binding to display property card preview as well. So we cannot remove this ng model. Here is another solution that Angular provides us to indicate that a particular ng model is a stand-alone and there is no relation of that control with a form group. We can do the same using ng model options directive and set stand-alone property equals true. Let me do it for all the fields wherever we are using ng model. Remove this code as well that we were using to disable the next button on our first tab. I will show you how to do that with the reactive approach. And also remove this basic info from here because it will throw an error as we do not have any of such hierarchy in our form at present. Save it, and error gone. Let me fill the value of all these mandatory fields to check if it is properly bounded with our reactive form or not. Perfect, our form is submitted successfully and value of bounded controls are appearing here in console. Next we will see how to group these controls in reactive form as we did in template driven form. So for example, these three fields belongs to the basic info tab. We can create a nested hierarchy of form group like this. We can give it a name. Let's name it basic info and use the same form builder class to add the nested form group at this level and take these controls under this new form group. Let me align it to make it more readable. Similarly, we can take these controls under add price info group. There is no limit of adding these nested group. We can add as many as per our requirement. Now we need to make changes here. Add this basic info to access this cell rent control of our form. Otherwise it will throw an undefined error. Let's go to the HTML template. And here at tab level we had ng model group for template driven form. But for reactive form we need to use form group name to group the control that we have defined here at component level. So this first tab belongs to the basic info group and this second tab belongs to the price info group. If now we will save our form, we can see various controls are grouped under different form group and each form group has individual valid and invalid status to validate the form in groups. Let's look at how to validate these form groups and disable this next button if all the mandatory basic info is not provided in the first tab. We can directly use this statement here in HTML level to disable the button. But as we have learned in our reactive form lesson that we can keep our HTML code smaller by creating getter method at component level. So to make it shorter at HTML level, we can add a getter method. Let's name it basic info and return this basic info as form group. And here in HTML template, we can set this disabled attribute using that getter method simply like this. So this next button is disabled at start, and if we provide all the mandatory fields, it gets enabled. Let's remove this. It was just to show you how to access a group at HTML level. We will keep all next button enabled and use these getter methods to validate control on individual tabs, and we will jump to a particular tab in case user try to submit a form without providing all valid values. Let's pass this valid state in the select tab function and move to the next tab if the current tab is valid. So we have added this getter method for form group now. Similarly like this, we can add a getter method for each control. For example, we can add a getter method for cell rent control. And here we can use this basic info getter method to get the access of this form group, and then we can access cell rent control from basic info like this, and let's return it as form control. Now at the HTML level, we can use the cell rent getter method to display an error if cell rent is invalid. But this error is appearing here by default because we are not selecting any default value for this radio button, and we have defined it as mandatory control. It is showing invalid error here as soon as this page is loaded. But because this is not a text box, we cannot display this error only when someone set focus out of this control without entering any value. Here we can do one thing. We can display this error when control is invalid and the user has clicked this next button. So here we can check that this button is clicked. So this next clicked is a boolean type of property we will define here in our component, and we will set it to true here in select tab method that we are calling on next button click. So now error is not appearing on form load, and when the user clicks next button without selecting any value for this radio button, this error will appear. So this is how we are going to add validation for all these radio buttons. For text boxes, we will display invalid error messages if user clicked next button or that control is touched. So it will work in both ways. If user passed through this mandatory field without entering any value, or user clicked this next button without entering any value. There is also another case. What if user clicked the save button without entering any value in these different tabs? So focus should be jumped to that particular tab. Let's implement the same next. So we can check each group here, and if that group is invalid, we will activate the associated tab for that group. Similarly, we will add this if statement in sequence for all the groups, and from here we will just exit from the function without moving further. And also let's set this next clicked equal to true here as well, so that all invalid fields should display error blocks. So if now we will try to save the form without entering mandatory fields, focus moves to that particular tab. Next, these are two fields we will display in case a property is going to be listed for rent. Otherwise, we will hide these two text boxes. So I have selected the sell radio button by default. This is done by setting 1 here as default value. So by default, those two fields, security and maintenance, are hidden. And if we select rent, these two are visible on this tab. Also, this caption is getting changed on the base of selection, and error message as well getting changed accordingly. I already have coded this and it is not a big deal. I just have used ngIf to conditionally hide these controls and labels. We have done it at many places in this tutorial and you must already be aware of using ngIf. But here for an error message, I have used ngIf and else statement. This is something new we have not yet used. So to use this else part, we need to define a ngTemplate tag and need to give it a name. And here in else part, we can provide this template variable name to display that particular template if ngIf part is not true. Personally, I do not prefer using this style of ngIf statement, but I thought to give you an idea here so that you should be aware of this flavor of ngIf statement as well. I also have updated code to display this age of property field if user selects yes for ready to move, and display this possession field if the user selects no for ready to move. I have also added form groups for different tabs and added all the required fields. Added getter methods for all groups as well. And this region is the way to group a code in VS Code. For example, I have grouped all this code in different regions, and we can collapse and expand code from here using this arrow. And these controls I have grouped in different regions, and I can collapse this code by clicking here. This is the feature of VS Code you can use to group the related code. I have also added these if statements to validate each tab before submitting the data and set focus on the tab if mandatory fields are not provided in any tab. Let's refactor this code as this on submit code has become too messy Better to keep this code in a different method instead of directly checking it here in onSubmit method. Let's name this function all tabs valid. It should return a boolean type, and if all of these checks are passed through, we should return true and return false here in all if statement if any group is invalid. So this method will return true if all mandatory fields are provided in all the tabs. And now we can just use if statement here and call this function here as condition. And if all tabs are valid, we will display this success message. Else we will inform a user to review the form and provide all entries. So our code is working fine. We are still getting redirected to the first tab if user try to save form without providing mandatory values. So we have added mandatory fields validation for this form and set up a flow of this form. If all the valid entries are provided by the user, we are getting this success message and getting all the required controls in different form groups. Next, we will save this information in local storage. If you remember, we had added this property based interface that contain minimum basic fields required to define a property in our application. But there are a lot of other fields we have taken in our add property form. This iProperty interface we had added in our previous video just to show you an example that how we can extend any existing interface and how we can make it more and more specific version using object-oriented way in TypeScript. We are not going to add more properties in this interface. Instead, we will create a class and implement this property-based interface. It will ensure that we must be taking all the basic fields required to create a property, and further it will help us to use this same class to save the entity in the database, and we can directly assign the object of this class to the object of type iPropertyBase, that type we have used to create property cards. This is something called polymorphism, where we can assign one type of object to another type of object if both implements the same interface. Let me copy all the fields we need to store in database here in this class. So P type here is referring property type, F type is furnishing type. This AOP field is referring to age of property, and RTM is to capture the flag if property is ready to move or not. I think other fields are self-explanatory and do not need any explanation. Now we can create the object of this class here in add property component. For smaller form like registration form, it was okay to just pass the form data directly to the service and store it in local storage or database. But for bigger forms where many fields we just need to display on form and are not required to store in database, we need to create a function to map the required property of an object to the data user is submitting through form. So let's add a mapping function for this form as well to map our property object to the data we are receiving through our form. This plus sign is here to convert the value to number. So this is the final code of this map property function. This posted on property will have a current date when the user will submit the form. We have not mapped the image field. We will implement image uploading functionality later in this tutorial. In housing service, we will add a method to add new property. It should accept a parameter of type property. Let's just store new property in local storage with a key name newprop. Don't forget to use json.stringify to convert the JSON object in a string format. Now to use this method in add property component, we need to inject housing service here in the constructor. Now we can call add property method using this service. Pass this property here that we have mapped in this map property method. Let's call this map property method before this call. Let's try to save a property in local storage. Perfect, it's stored successfully. You can see these fields are blank here because there are few fields we are filling only for rent and not for property we are going to sell. So our property addition form is complete. Next, we will redirect our user to the listing page on the basis of what property he or she has listed. For example, if a user added property for rent, user will be redirected to the rent listing page and display the newly added property on that listing page. So we need router service to be injected here in constructor for navigation. Yup, it is already added here. Let's add Alertify service as well to display success and error alerts to the user on form submission. Let's replace this console log with alertify.success. I can see spelling mistake here. Let me correct it and replace this with alertify.error for this error message. And here on successful submission, redirect our user to the buy or rent page conditionally on the base if property is going to be listed for sell or rent. So if sell rent.value is 2, we should be redirected to the rent-property route where we display the properties listed for rent. Else we should redirect our user to the home page that display properties available for buying. So we are getting redirected to list page as per the selection of sell or rent radio button. Next, we will update our property list component to display the newly added property that we have stored in local storage. So we are populating our data here on ng on init. We just need a way to add the new property we have saved in our local storage here. Let's add a constant, name it new property, and fetch the data from local storage using the key that we have used to store on our add property page. And here we will check if new property contains some value. That means new property exists in local storage. If that is the case, we will populate this properties object with the new array, and we will add this new property in this existing array using spread operator. Save it, and now we are getting newly added property here on the list page. But problem here is we are getting this same property here on buy page as well. So to resolve this issue, let's check that sell rent should match with sell rent flag here on the base of URL. So now as this new property belongs to the rent, it is appearing here only and it is not appearing on the buy page. But still there is a problem, and if we add one more new property, older property will get overwritten. And also if we click on this property detail view for the newly added properties, we are not getting redirected to the property detail page. We will resolve these problems in our next video, and then we will continue to design this property detail page. So see you in next video. Stay tuned.